I talk about how we can start a piggery farming with a little that we can afford, and then go ahead until when everything falls into play. I mentioned some few items that we got to at least purchase before we can get into a start. Today, I want to talk about the kind of pig that we have to purchase, the kind of pig we have to start from. Yes, today I'm going to focus on which type you should avoid and which type you should start with. You know, if you want to start a piggery farm, there is one mistake that people usually make. Yes, there are a breed of pig that you will start which is very wrong. They will not give you what you want. In fact, they are not supportive to the economy in any way. Among all the breeds of pig in the swine family that we have, almost about 36 of them, 36 different kinds of breeds. There are only few ones that scientists have made experiments and come to realize these few ones are very good. Among those few ones, we want to talk about four. Four is very good. We know of four breeds which are very good in commercial farming of piggery. Four good type of breeds. We are going to analyze on these four breeds and why we should get to them. Why we start with those four breeds. And among these four breeds, and we know that these four breeds are very popular. One of them is what we call the land race. The land race pig. Another one there is the large whites. We also have the large whites. They are very good breed. And another one that is also good is the Duroc. We have the Duroc. They are also a very good breed. And lastly, we have the China, or we call it the Poland China. They are also a very good breed. So these four breeds, the Landrace, the Duroc, the large white, and the Poland China, are a good breed that we can start with. Yes, because if you make mistakes and start with a bad breed, the outcome will be very poor and may not even get you to where you are going. You may not have what you expected of them. It can be very disappointing after much effort has been put in it. But these four breeds I just mentioned, they are very good. I want to analyze on more on these four breeds and how you can identify them. If you see this particular one, you know this is this, this is this. Although most time, some farmers do crossbreed those four breeds. As the male of this particular one meet with the female of this particular one. But I want to tell you that what they will give you out, that the generation that will come out as a result of mating will not be bad. Yes, it would not be bad. At least, if they are not like the previous mother or parent, the outcome will still be good because most of them are crossbreed. But if you want to be sure of what you are doing, you have to make sure that you have the original Landrace, original Duroc, or large white, or it is Poland China that you are looking for. You have the original one. Those ones you can get from a good standard farms. They can give you those particular breed if you are looking for it. But today, I want to analyze how we can identify them and why we should go for them. Yes. Let's start with the number one, how we can identify the land race. Let us start with the land race. The land race is a pig that is very long in the body. It has a long body, larger size, but shorter leg. Long body, larger size, but the legs are short. So with that description, you can see how they look like this. Yes. And also, most of them usually come with white color that's striped with black. They usually come with white color but have flattering stripe of blacks. Yes. They have larger heads, larger neck, broad shoulders, and even the leg will be big. They usually grow like this, and all this, the size is as good as well. Yes. You can identify them with this feature that I'm telling you. And more so, looking at this particular breed of pig, from the description, you know that they can grow very well. Why I'm saying that is that the more food you give to them, the more they will eat and the more they will grow. Whereas there are some bad breeds, they will eat plenty of food, but the output will be bad. Eat plenty of food, give her a lot of feces, that the story will be very large, but they are not big, they are still small. But this particular one, they will eat more food. As they are eating, they are also growing. Yes. In their skin, they do not have much fats. They have smaller fat, but larger muscles. That makes them a very good when it comes to meat. They have good meat because they have larger muscles and small fats. That makes them very good when we talk of food, that is meat. More so, this particular breed of pig also have, their face is long, their neck is also long and large. They have a long face, long neck, and large one. Yes, they are good competitors of feed. They will eat plenty of food. As they are eating, the more bigger they become. If you don't give them much food, that means they will eat small. And their output will not be good at all. So if you have food, give it to them, and they give you a good output as a result. More so, if you look at them in the adult one, that's the mature one, that is at least up to, they matured at 5 months. 5 months they are matured. If it is the sow, that's the female one, by 5 months you can mate them because they will be matured by 5 months. But before you get to like a year and so, if you feed them very well, they may weigh up to 300 to 380 kilo. That is for the mature one, especially the boa. They may weigh in a kilo of about 300 to 380 kilo. You can see what I mean when I say that they grow very fast. So a pig of large kilo at the end of a year or year and some month is a good output. Yes. More so, if you don't have money to feed them as it's supposed to be, and you are managing the food is not good enough, but that doesn't mean they will not still give you the output. But it's bad, yes, but they will still give you a good output compared to some bad breed that you may start with or come across with. So what am I saying? I'm trying to analyze that if you get this particular breed and start with it, that is the land race. That means you are having a good start. Yes, because this particular breed have a good output, especially if you can feed them very well. Mature one weigh in a kilo of about 300 to 380 kg, especially the boa. Yes. So that is the description of this particular breed. They have a long body, larger in size, shorter leg, long head with long neck. The neck will land in the shoulder, and the chest is big as well. That is the description of this particular pig. They weigh about 300 to 380 kilo. That is for the mature one. Well, let's stop there for that. We got to another breed. Let's get to another breed. Now, we are talking about the second one, which is the large white. It's also a very good breed to start with. The large white. They are especially come in a white color, although most of them striped with some black, but especially they usually come with white color. Yes. Their leg is a little bit longer than that of the landrace. Their legs is a little bit longer. They have a big body size as well, but they are a little bit upper than the landrace. They are a very good converter of feed. They eat very well. They eat plenty of food and also give out a good output. As they are eating, they are also growing. Yes. The more they eat, the more they will grow. They are also known as the peacock face. That is it. They are also known as the peacock face in some part of Africa, but their face is a little bit as bending when it comes to the front because they have a square face. Yes. They are known as the large white. Also, this particular breed, their boa is always the biggest boa among the 4 boas that I'm going to talk about. Their boa is almost the biggest because their boa weighs from 350 kg to 450 kg. It has the biggest boa among the 4. So they are a very good breed. They also have a lion chest. Their leg is a little bit longer than that of the landrace, and their face, although it may not be as big like that of the landrace, but they also have a bended face like this, which is, if you want to identify them, their face is a little bit like sloppy than that of the landrace. Also, we also know them as the Yorkshire. Yorkshire, yes. If you don't call them the large white, you can call them the Yorkshire. They are also a very good converter of feed, turning them into the body weight. That is it. So these 2 breeds that I've just mentioned is very popular in some part of Africa. Now let us go to another one. This particular one is called the Duroc. The Duroc most of the time come in a brown color or a yellow color or sometimes red color. Yes. Their legs is muscular. They have a muscular leg like those legs of their legs are as if they are people that fight wrestling. Their leg is real muscular. They have a muscular body. In fact, if you see the muscular, it be like some animal that used to fight or wrestling animal. That is how they look. They are a very good competitor of food. Yes. That means, what I mean there is that they will eat very well and also give you a good output. They usually come in brown color or red or yellow or so. That is how their color looks. Yes, this particular pig is very good for a start because they matured in a very short period of time, like 5 months. They are matured, ready for food, ready for mating, ready for everything. Although the matured one weighs a kilo of about 250 to 360 kg for a matured one. That is, if you feed them very well, they get matured. A matured one of them can weigh in a kilo of about 250 to 360. So you see, they are very good product. They are very good breed that you can start with. Yes. Then more so, they produce about 10 to 15. They give birth to about 10 to 15 piglets. Like they give birth to about 10 to 15 piglets per fallow. Yes, we know that within a matter of 3.5 months, that is incubation period, before you know it, they are put to bed, and they can put to bed about 2 to 3 times a year. So if they give you a piglet of about 10 to 15, you know how much piglet you will have in a year. Yes, they are also a good comforter of feed. They grow very fast as well. Yes. Then we go to the last one. The last one is known as the Poland China or the China. Yes. They usually come in black color. They will have a stripe of white in their neck, stripe of white in their legs. They just have stripe of white, but they usually comes in black color. They grow very fast, they eat very fast, and they mature very fast as well. But you can identify them that mostly they come in black color. Why we call them the Poland China is that most of the time it's the Chinese that usually have that kind of a breed. But that doesn't mean it's not all over the world, but we also know them attached to the Chinese. But all over the world you can get this particular breed as well. They are a very good breed as well. Yes. They can give birth to about 14 to 16 or 17 piglets per fallow. In fact, among them all, I think this particular one has the highest number of piglets per fallow. Yes. Although they weigh about 225 to 340 kilo for the mature one. That is, the boar may weigh about 225 kilo to 340 kilo for the mature one, as well as the soul. Depending on how healthy they are, how you feed them, that is how they give you the output. They eat plenty of food as well, and they also give a very good output. Well, with the description of these 4 piglets, you may ask, which one should I choose in particular, and how do I get it? And when we talk about choosing among those, I think any of the one you can see among the 4 is good to go. If you can see any of these breed among the 4, it's good to pick any one of them you like, because most time they are crossbreeds. It may be hard for you to get original of them, that is a particular breed, that particular one you want at a time, but you may see a crossbreed of it. The crossbreed is also good, but if you happen to see a particular original breed, it's also good. In some farm, they got 4 of those I mentioned, and they crossbreed all of them together, this one to this one, this one to this one. But do you know the result? The result is also good as well. yes, the output is as good as well. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that if you can get any of this one I've just mentioned, it's good to go. Yes, it's a good breed as well. Another thing is that among these 4 breeds, you may get to a farm, you see a particular breed I've just mentioned, but you see that they are stunty or they have not grown well. After the farm might have tell you how old they are, but you see that they are not as big as I've just narrated now. That means there is a problem. It's still that same pig, the family of the swine I've just mentioned. It may be the landrace, the large white, the Duroc, or the China Poland. But the problem there is that why they are not growing may be that the feeding is bad, or there are a lot of bacteria in the house, or whatsoever. We will talk about that in the subsequent videos. We'll talk about the feeding process, how to control bacteria, the treatment and the administration of medicine, and a lot of all those. But for today, we are focusing on which type of breed should you go for if you want to start. I mentioned 4 of the good breed that we got, especially in Africa. You can also get it in Asia as well. But these 4 breed I've just mentioned is very good for a start. Yes, it's very good for a start. Any of the one you can get among these 4, it as good as you can get it. More so, your feeding method, their medication, and every other factors must also be considered. Yes, their cleanliness, where they sleep, ventilation, and among other things is also a factor that should be considered. But all the same, we are going to talk about all this. Yes, and that is where we got to an end for today. Next time, we talk about more things to come.